Okay, start another stream. I said I was gonna stream more today, but had some stuff, so yeah, I'll stream as much as possible, whatever. So, got this video, got plenty more videos. I watched some by myself, I guess no issue, huh? Solving by myself, watching by myself. Now a bit on stream. So it's this exercise number 9. So basically, you have this x and must be equal or higher than 1. So basically, like here above, you just put instead of n of a 1, you get a result. You do the same thing with 2. You do 2 minus 1 in terms of x, and in terms of what you get, it's either positive or negative, so write that down. If it goes down, it's strictly going down. If it goes up, strictly goes up, stuff like that. In the response, so x1, boom, that, divided by 5, 3 divided by 5. So that's that. 3 divided by 5. Now the second thing, do that. So you have 2 plus 4 there. So you have 5 divided by 6. So now you do x2 minus x1. You can see which one's bigger like this. Also 30 inverse 25. I mean 18 inverse 25. So 18 is smaller. So this means that 3 divided by 5 is smaller. So it means that this thing goes up as the second thing is higher in value than the first thing. So that's basically the logic here. Okay, now perhaps gonna do like another thing here, like this is like another method perhaps. It's like another method. Fuck this method. Don't really need it. Don't really need it, bro. Don't really fucking need it. Perhaps now, probably 11. So I got 10 pupils, 4 girls, and professor wants to make a team of 4 pupils. Find the probability that the team will not contain more than 2 boys. So there's 10 pupils, we have 4 girls, so 10 minus 4, there are 6 boys. And now here it should be that formula, n divided by n total number of cases. So n should be combinations of 10 because there are 10 pupils, and that's 10 below, and 4 should be above because each team is of 4 people extracted from those 10 pupils. Now in terms of n, in terms of m, the cases where the team randomly extracted will not have more than 2 boys. So you do C of 4 first, basically 4 of girls, combinations, combinatorics, and because there are 4 in the team and there have to be hold up, it's not like that, is it? Because it's not written that you must have 2 boys. It's written that it's basically can have 2 boys or less. So it's essentially done like that. So it can have 0 boys or 1 or 2. So this one's definitely not solved with a negative event with 1 minus and stuff. Maybe it's solved with circles. There are 4 circles. And basically, so sounds pretty hard. 2 circles for boys, then 1 circle for boys, and then 0 for boys. Then kind of you multiply based on that, I guess something like this. Okay, so she's gonna do now this. Yes, like I said, with the circles. So we've got this. Okay, now what? Close the subtitles because we're pretty much a bit useless here. So n is going to be essentially 10 below and 4 there. That I knew 100%. And m specifically, we have 3 boys in total here, and how many girls? 4, 5, 10. So it should be like C, and there are 6 boys in total, so 6 below and 3 on top, because we take 3, and then girls, there are 4, and then 10 above, because we take 10. Doesn't really make any sense. Let's see what is done here. 2 there. Oh, so like, yeah, based on rows. So you take the first row, and then you take another C. 4 girls in total. In this first row there are 2 girls taken, so below you have 4 and above 2. Then plus C with a 6 below, 6 boys, and take 1 above, and then times C. 4 girls, you take 3, and then just times C of 4 and 4, because there are 4 girls and you take 4 in terms of final row. So basically solve that, and you do like the division, m divided by n, you get essentially what you need. 6 there, and you got 1 there, 3 there, plus again that. Okay, just gonna shrink that. So that's that, and now 6 with the exclamation mark there, because 10 minus 4, that's like formula there. I think it can also be on your formula sheet, something like that. So now after this, there at the top, 7, basically it's gonna do like the long way. I don't really do like this, but you know, this like the beginner way. 1 times 2 times 3, like why even write down the 1? It's like 1 times something, it's basically the same thing, so there's no point to writing that. So it's gonna cut that, so it's gonna be left with that, and then you can simplify 8 with 4, so you'll have 2 above, and then 3 with the 9. So essentially it's gonna have their 210. So that's 210 like there, total cases and stuff. So now we start off with a 6 and the 2 for C. Now the second C, that's going to be that, and then we're going to go with a plus. So I have that, that's a 6 right there, that right there is 4, that right there is 1, yeah. So now what? Now you just have there 5 times 6 on top divided by 2, So that's gonna be 15. And of the second one, you have, it's a bit more complicated there. Okay, so the second one, 3 times 4, and then 2 below. Simplify that. 24 plus 1 over there. So that's going to be 15, like I said. That will be 6. And that will be 25. So 15 times 6, that's 90 plus 25. That is 115. Just gonna do it like the explanation way. So you have essentially 115 divided by 210. So how much is that? I mean, you can simplify by 5, and what you get, yeah, like you gotta do like this. Simplifications for max points. No issue for me, I'm gonna be able to do that. 23 right there. And below, what do I have? 42. Okay. So we've got that. We've got the next one. Next bloody exercise. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Next, next, next. Now we do like some PFX and stuff. You've got B0 equal F2. That's like his condition and stuff, I guess. I don't know exactly what he's gonna do here. B0 is 2. So here, like, instead of x, you put a 0. Solve and equal with 2. So you're gonna find a and b somehow. I don't know exactly, because he made some conditions here and stuff. Let's see. So it's done that. Starts off with putting the 0 there. Yes. So it's almost done. This B of x is quite long, to be honest. Okay, so that's all 0. I can't see behind that webcam, man. Whatever. So what's next? A minus b is 2. Is that the result from there? I suppose it is. Yes, it is. So a minus b is 2. Now after that, we do p of 1 in that second expression. Yes. So we're gonna have 6. So that's like another thing. 6 times 1. And that again. So and that again. Okay, so and that again. Instead of 0, we put instead of x before, just above. we do with a 1. And so we have a system of a minus b something, two equations like that, and we're gonna be able to find what is a and what is b. Perhaps what's c, we'll see. Okay, simplify this, simplify that. My video is not even sped up, but it's working with these things, man, pretty fast, man. A plus b, boom that, boom this. C plus a minus b, boom like that, boom like this. Excellent. Where does c go? Okay, so 2c. So 3a plus 2b, yes, plus 2c is going to be equal with 9. Okay, now we're just going to combine them, perhaps, but we have 3 unknown values, so we need another one, huh? Oh my god. Another one. I mean, alright. P minus 1, we now put a minus 1. And I'm gonna get like the third set. P minus 1. Boom this, boom that. It's gonna be minus right there. Minus, minus. So got 2a minus 2b. Plus b minus 2c plus 2c. Plus a minus b. Excellent. Alrighty. And now goes like that. 3a. Boom that. Boom this. Minus 2b. And we don't write down c because it's cancelled. That is equal with 7. That's the third one. Now we can work with a system of 3 equations because that's what I needed to find out what a is, what b is, what c is. So first, we write down first thing, then the second thing, and then the third thing. I suppose what it's going to do now is going to write down that a is 2 plus b, and then put that in the second thing, and that in the third thing, and it's going to work like this. So basically wants to time that by 2. It's going to have 2a minus 2b equal with 2, and then 3a minus 2b equal with 14. Basically done that in order to basically cancel out the b and stuff. So the last thing he will write down as it is. So basically it's gonna have that 3a minus 2a, that's a, that's that, and that's nothing. And so equal with 7 minus 2, that's 5. So b will be that from that expression, a minus b equal with 2, so minus b is going to be equal with minus a plus 2, so minus 5 plus 2. So that's going to be minus 3, switch the sign, so b is going to be 3. 4, I guess. 4. Why 4? 1. Yeah, 4. And now in terms of C, this part I guess it's a bit harder. 15 plus 8, so she just plugged in the A and the B, so 15 plus 8, that will be 23. So we move that to the right, it's going to be 9 minus 23, and now divide by that by 2, So you get what you get. So 9 minus 23, how much is that? Well, that's minus 14 divided by 2 minus 7. So that's the response. We got A, and we got B, and we got C. So that's that. Absolutely complete it. Annihilate it. Next exercise. Not slowing down. I know what we're gonna do now. Now we're gonna do like some limits and so on. This one's a bit like harder and stuff. Minus infinite limit. So you can see that the thing on top is pretty much similar to the thing on the bottom, except it has a 3 and a minus there at the end. So here, like, we'll see how it's done. He wants to get the x to second power front. We'll see what he gets in that case. She basically needs to divide everything like this. And she does the same thing on this side also. Okay, mate. Doing the same thing on this side. I'm not gonna focus so much on this harder items because I don't really care. Let's just get this done and move on. Minus infinite, so this cancel out. So what you get now? Second power, cancel out. That's gonna be 3 plus that, so it's gonna be just 2. And that will be minus 1 divided by x second power. Actually, that's that divided by x. And yeah, got that. And now here we've got this. Yes, amazing. Now we just put a minus infinite right there. Basically plug in our limit. So we are plugging in the limit right now. And in essence, we have received there what? Minus 0 there, plus 0, huh? But we have another minus there, so minus 0 again. 1 minus 0 there, plus 0, because second power, no minus over again. So that's 3 divided by 1, so that's 3. Okay, so that's that. That's that. Moving down from here. Here. We gotta do like 2 intervals of this. Two derivations of this. Okay. I don't really remember the stuff with derivations and stuff, so let them fuck off and so on. F minus G stuff. Bro, I don't remember this formula. What? I mean, if I have it on my formula sheet, I can try something, but not really that important for me to try. I got this. It's gonna be that. It's 4x and like that and like this. Amazing. Gotta derivate this again, huh? And then again. What? That's derivated, huh? Um, let's see again. This and that, like this. Put that there. Let's derivative it and stuff. Derivative it again. We get this. That's like getting the 2 out of a 4. You put that up front. And you get this. Thanks. Now we do this like same formula again. Oh my god. You get this and that. 2x plus 4. So that's 2. Okay. That is that. Times that is going to be x plus 4. Plus 2. And then that will be plus 2e and stuff. That went up front and stuff, and that's that, and that's this. Now that's gonna be 0, that's gonna be 0. So x equal that, and x is not valid there, and so on. Okay. Now we put this like interval and stuff. Oh my god. So this and that. If you plug in a 0 there, it's going to be a positive over there, minus negative there. So you say like convex because it goes minus plus, or that's interval with plus and so on. Starts with parentheses like that, so I don't know exactly why. Now the stupid integral. Just pop 2 up front. Now below you have x second power there and so on, minus 3x plus 7 dx. Here I think it's like something like integration by parts or something like that. I don't really remember that shit. That was back in the day, man. This is like what? Integration by substitution, huh? The fuck I remember out of this, bro. 2x minus 3 right there. Equal of dt. Bro, I'm gonna fucking die of boredom. Okay, perhaps I'm gonna die, but super boring. 2 dt. Below we have a t right there. Because we worked with a t and we put it like the t. So that's dt. And then we get 1 divided by t dt, and then that's 2 ln t. Now we plug in the t back. Plus c, so that's it, huh? 8 points, goddamn 8 points, okay. That's well deserved, I suppose. So we're gonna essentially move on from here. Fucking trigonometry. What the fuck, trigonometry? Fuck trigonometry, I don't need this shit. Yes, 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 blah, blah, blah. Skip that shit. Explaining some shit again. Back to this. Be over with this. Sine A, sine. Of course, he went with trigonometry at the very, very end. Because the hardest stuff I don't care about this. I do not care. Yes, yes, formula, so on. Amazing. Move on from here. Fucking this. Amazing. Fucking geometry. Now that's like, okay, I'm gonna grab that. If I can. Triangle ABC. So in A and B you got A is essentially 90 degrees, B is 60 degrees. Find area, knowing that the circle that is essentially at the exterior of a triangle as the line from the center 12 centimeters. It's like with the fucking formulas and shit, so I don't have formula shit in front of me. So fuck it, let's just watch it. I'm not gonna commentate on how I might solve it. I know it's 4 degrees better because in total it's 180 degrees, and then you have 90 down, 60 to the right, so that's 30 degrees right there. You're trying to do a circle right there. Circle right there. He can't really move it. Okay, something like this. Whatever. So now you just take the bloody center, you put it somewhere. I have 10 is this, 2R. So that's CB, and that's 24 centimeters. Yes, he didn't put a center, he just calculated 24. Now essentially got that, huh? Yeah, it's amazing. Now with a 30 degree theorem, essentially AB is going to be half that, is going to be 12. Yes, and now Pythagorean theorem, I think the CA is going to be something like 12 square root of 3, like you do the theorem variance stuff. 24 to the second power is going to be 12 to the second power plus CA to the second power. So solve CA. So she's just gonna solve 12 centimeters right there, like how I said. Write that down. So now we find AC, and yeah, it's 12 square root of 3, like I already know, based on Pythagorean theorem. Essentially, now we gotta find the area. How do you find the area? I don't really know formula. Maybe all of them multiplied, so that's that. No, area is basically the AB and AC divided by 2. So that's gonna be 24 square root of 3 divided by 2, so that's fucking 12 square root of 3 essentially. What? 72 square? Oh, it's 12. Okay, so 72 square root of 3 centimeters square, because the area volume is gonna be centimeters cube. So now move on to this problem right here. Fucking write it down and stuff. That's like this object here. I really know what is written there because of his webcam. So it's like a thing like this. Like, I don't know what it's called. So now I can read this. Essentially, through AB and C1. I really see AB, so now we'll see about this volume. Is gonna be some fucking formula again. some fucking formula. So it's regulated, so ABC is essentially with all of lines the same length, and A1, B1, C1 basically the same thing, because like a shape like that, A1 is the height, so it's like a triangle that's being formed. Yes, that's like the triangle that is being formed right here. Moving down from here, goes down there and stuff. Amazing. So, what now? Goes like this. So 45 degrees right there. Okay, so 9 degrees right there, 9 degrees right there. We put an M there. 45 degrees right there. Amazing. 4 square root of 3 right there. Volume is calculated like this. So AB times CM right there. Times 4 square root of 3. That's basically the height. Okay. 45 there. Goes 9 degree there. MC1C. Triangle right there. So C1, CC1 is equal with MC, so that's 4 square root of 3 based on the theorem and so on. Okay. Now we just find the area of the base. I mean, why? Why should I find that? I already know I don't know AB. I know CM, but I don't know AB, so basically try to find that. So BC is X, or sounds like fucking BC is X, MB is X divided by 2. Yes, MB is indeed X divided by 2. So now what? Well, in that case, AB is just going to be BC, yes. So if you want to just do Pythagorean theorem there. Okay, my nigga. Pythagorean theorem in triangle CMB. So it's going to be that, second power and so on. Plus 16 times 3, that's just 4 square root of 3 all second power. Like Blood just put his ads and webcam all over the place. My screen is optimized. Nothing gets cut off. So I think that's better. Like my orientation OBS. Okay, that's kind of off topic, I don't know. 3x second power 4, boom, 16 that's 48, 64, boom. So x is 8, so that's 8, boom, solve, volume, and you're done. Subscriber, bro, no one's subscribing to me, bro. No one is subscribing to me. Of course, I'm literally doing math. 64 times 3, 180 times 12, 192. centimeters cube because volume. Like I said before, volume with centimeters cube. Area centimeters squared. What are you gonna do now? Oh my gosh, another geometry problem. It's gonna do like that thing at the end. Oh my god. So essentially, there's this thing. ABC and BAD are both 90 degrees. And BC is 3, CD is 5, AD is 6. Find the basically length of from the center of a circle till the end of it. Well, bruv, I mean, what the fuck can be done here? You know, the 90 degrees and stuff, 90 degrees and stuff. 3 there, CD 5, AD 6. Like, you can do like Pythagorean something to find AB by drawing a diagonal from A to C. So you can also do like from the top of C till the bottom, draw a height like that, and then you do AD minus BC and define that thing and define like the length of that. But no, that ain't gonna help. No. We'll see about this like tough shit and so on. Let me see something real quick and be back. Something like that. Be is. Here it is. So basically here's fucking easier than I thought. Why? Because essentially AB is like half of R that we need to find. So we just need to find AB. And that is essentially based on some theorem or something like that. BC plus AD is equal with CD plus AB, so we just find that. Half by 2 and that's it. We know BC and AD. We don't even need to care about the angles, like what? So we move on like this. So that will be 4. That will be 2. Easy as day, man. 8 points, man. 8. Jesus Christ. Now go this, I guess, or something like that. Like here, formula and so on. Something like that, bro. All G x plus 1. All G, that's like base of 10. Fuck this shit, man. Pre plus 1. Because you take from the K, n is 6. Just took K from nowhere or what? Okay, so now it does that. 1 divided by 2. The square root of x, that's just 1 divided by 2. Pop to that. Times 3 right there. X 3 divided by 12 right there. Now that right there, it's 4, 5, 6, and there 2, 3. Division, division. I'm not gonna do that now, huh? That'll be 3 divided by 2 times that, and that just stays like this. We just need like to work with powers of x and move on. That is 20. That is this, so that's equal to 200. So that goes there. That is equal with 10. 200 divided by 20, that's 10. So that's x to the power log x10. Bro, what the fuck, log x10. Now put an equal between the powers and essentially move on from there. Equal between the powers. You've got this, you've got that, all gx and stuff like that. Yes, amazing. Oh my god, oh my god. This one's hard. This one's hard. I'm not going to Harvard, bro. 100% not going to Harvard. I don't need this. It's over. It's over. 4t minus 8. And what's quadratic now? Oh my god. That's done right there. Let's go with this one, I guess. Alright. Bro, I did something like this. I had an exercise like this, man. What it got there? Yes, I had an exercise like this. 100%. No need to repeat this one. Get another one. Now this is the 9th exercise. What exercise now? Exercise number 9. Alrighty. Exercise number 9. So it's really nothing particularly complicated, bruv. Like what you expect. N has to be equal or bigger than 1, pick 1. Now solve. Bro, I did something like this, man. I watch this. Bro, I watch this one. Amazing. Complicated stuff, I don't need that stuff. This one I watched, I think. Let's see this one. Playing this one. Yeah, this one I think I ended this one. So moving with this then. Drink a bit of water. Excellent. So it's gonna start off with this first exercise. LOGs and stuff. 2 minus 1 right there. So well 27, that's basically 3 power 3. LOG 3, 2 minus 1 right there. It's gonna be LOG 3 of 1 in it. So we work bam with the powers. So it's gonna be something like 3, I don't know, we'll see. And minus m. So we do this, huh? 27 right there. What? I guess, man, what the fuck? What the fuck is this formula, man? Okay, alright. 2 minus 1 reverse, so put like this. 3 of power 3, 3 of power 3. So on. pop value G right there. Alright, so free goes there. Um, 8. Two power 3, that's 8. Okay. So that's 1. 3 of power of log of 3, that is 1. So that's 2 power 3, so that's going to be 2 divided by 3. That's it. That's the response right here. This one's pretty hard, man. Okay, I'm back. Don't ask why I wasn't talking. Put a 1 right there, 2 right there, with circle color because it's smaller or equal. So basically the 1 from DVA and 2 from the bloody X we've got. So basically from the bloody 2, I mean, what is there? X equal to 2. Okay, astonishing completion. Now we got our next one. So find the module of z. So module of z, that's going to be a to the second power plus b to the second power all under the square root. I know the bloody formula. So you got like an equation here, and a to the second power is minus 1. Amazing. So basically a is the part with a real number, b is the part with a I number, imaginary. So basically solve this, pop I to the second power to minus 1 where you can. Split the imaginary and real parts, apply formula, and move on right there. Right there. Right there. No issue right there. That is that. Amazing. This is another interpretation. Absolutely incredible. Amazing. Thanks for the explanation. One minus 2i plus I to the second power. I to the second power goes to minus 1. So the only thing that we have left is minus 2i. Yes, the only thing that we have left is minus 2i. So this means that real part is 1. So we're gonna solve by the formula over there, and that's it. Yeah, I'm gonna be back and so on. Let's see. everything back, and I was here. We got this minus 2y for two possibilities. They're both pretty much the same thing exactly. Not much difference, bro. Let's go with z there. And equal to that 4 plus 3i. Okay. Now, bro. Multiply, so I have minus 2zi equal to that. Split the real and imaginary parts, equal them is 0, stuff like that. Then find based on the formula. Okay, so looks like here I can do like this. Division time by 1i. Why would do that? In order to use the property that I to second power is minus 1. That is essentially why we do that. So have that. Hold up, mate. God damn it, how many breaks am I gonna have to take? Oh, fucking useless notification. Alright. So, 4i plus 3i to the second power minus 2i to the second power. Now it's gonna flip the sign on top and on bottom, as that's what y to the second power does. So we're gonna be left up with 4i plus 3 divided by 2. So that is gonna be just 2i plus 3 divided by 2i. No, 2i plus, we'll see, bitch, we'll see. 2 divided by 2. Yes. Now this divided by 2 plus that divided by 2. So 2i. Okay, so that's the real part. So a is minus 3 divided by 2 plus 2i, that's b. So now just do formula and move on from there. I guess you kind of have to remember formula, but that depends on circumstance. And by that second power, that's going to be 4i to the second power. What? Bro. 4 divided by 2 to the second power. So essentially, fuck the I, you just write down like this. Like a fraction. I guess it's done like that. Yeah, with model it's done like that. But anyways, I forgot. Like, what on my computer? Computers can do this. Why should I know how to do this, man? I gotta clock this and bugger off. So it's gonna be 25 divided by 4, so that's gonna be 5 divided by 2. That's response, that's 2.5, but whatever. They're like fractions around here, so yeah, fuck them. Okay. So he's saying that this red curtain behind him is a green screen, bro. I'm telling you straight, guys, I ain't got no green screen. That TV is real. But anyways, TV is not that expensive, so whatever. I guess it's gonna do 4 now. Exercise 4. But it might move on to 11 or something like that. I really don't know. Explanation. does the exercise 4. This one I think I know like my 5 fingers. So it's gonna be x minus 1 equals 0. That's like we have this p of x and we divide by x minus 1 and we get 5. Basically, you need to find out, knowing that, what this p of x will be divided by x plus 2. Because you know that divided by x minus 1 is you get 5. Well, yeah, like x minus 1 is 0, x is 1. Next you do p of 1. You equalize that with 5. And then you get like the m. So once you get the m, you make x plus 2 equals 0, you get x minus 2, do p of minus 2, pop the m, and you get essentially what you need to get, max points, can go home. So yeah, we got 1, so now we will be doing p of 1, so p of 1 is 5, basically. Now minus 1 to the second power, just plug in the 1 right there in the p of x expression. Pop plus 3, and then that's equal to 5. You can put that as equal to 5 like at the end and so on. So now that's going to be minus 1 plus m minus 1. So we're just explaining that, like, if it's all in parentheses with a sign, it's 1. If it's not, it's just staying the same. That's like parentheses work right there. So we deleted that, and it moves on like this. Equal to 5. M is 5 minus 3 plus. Yep. I thought about doing this stuff on the TV, like I can hook up my laptop with HDMI and stuff, but you know, that kind of takes time and so on, so maybe later. Right now I have to prioritize something else. So move that there, we got this, and M is gonna be 4. M is 4. Knowing that, we're gonna do what I said. Like, he's gonna write down the thing, but now with an m plugged in, so it's gonna be that. X plus 2 equals 0. X minus 2, do p of minus 2. Yes, that. Now in this case, minus is within the parentheses, so it's going to be minus 4 like that, because that's essentially 4, and that is 6 plus 3, so that will be minus 7. So the response is minus 7. Yes, it is, bruv. Okay. Knowing that this is minus 7, I move on. 1 point right there. Duh. Trigonometrical matrix, exactly what I needed. Fuck no. That's a lie. Let's see this stuff. So we got a triangle like this with left and right, basically side equal, and they both have 3 centimeters. No, they both have 9 centimeters. And you know that this line in the middle is 3. So basically, if it's in the middle, then the one that's at the bottom is 6. Now you gotta find the height of a triangle. So basically that's from the very top of a triangle, take a line all the way down, and you basically know the side line that's 9. Only thing that you need is now to find half of a line that's at the bottom. That's going to be essentially 3, because the height will split in half like that. So you do Pythagorean theorem and you find out what the height is. So that's how I see it. I mean, this one should be like easy and stuff, no issue and stuff. Alright, 9 right there, 9 right there, goes like this, pop like this, amazing, M right there, AM, that's gonna be half, it's gonna be 3. Now you can just apply Pythagorean and be done with it. So it's gonna be 81 minus 9, essentially, because 9 to the second power minus 3 to the second power. So 81 minus 9, that's like 72 square root of 72, and I think that's like 6 square root of 2. If you take, like, put it out front like that. So that's 36 times 2. So if you take the 36 out, it's going to be 6 square root of 2. Yes, it will be like that 100%. Like that, bro. Moving on from here. We got like a formula progression. Let's see about that. Let's see about that. Write down formula progression. So let me see this one. Essentially, I've got that between 20 and 5, write a number that the 3 numbers will be in like a progression that contains also negative terms. Like what? I've seen this one like first time this type, for example. What the fuck is this, man? B1, that's perhaps 20. Like, I don't know how this one's done. N is 1, so 1 minus 1, 0 there, so stuff like that. Q is 5, I don't know, 15 or what. Because there's 15 difference between them. Let's see about this stuff. Write a number. What's that? What's this? What? B3. So wrote down that's B3. Why? Because you take like B1's 20 minus 5 is gonna be 15. Bro, how is this 5, bro? What? Oh, so that's the second term between them. Second, that's 3. That's third one. Alright? That's third one, so that's 5 right there. Alrighty. Fucking ready. Be free right there. Move on right there. Be free v1q. Free -1. So that's gonna be q2. But the fuck do I know what q2 is? b1's 20, yeah, bruv. Oh, so now I find out like this. b3 is 5. What? b3 is 20 now? No, it's that. q2, so b3 is 5. 5 is equal with guess. So q of second plus 5 divided by 20. So that is 1 divided by 4. So that is 1 divided by 2. Like the q, not of second power. Plus minus. You pop that in because they can be both placed of a second power and fraction, and so they can be negative also, huh? So that's plus minus. Amazing. So it gotta be negative in the condition, so it's, you take the negative part. Amazing. So b2 will be b1. We know that. Now q, we know what's that. Power 2 minus 1. So b1q, so that's 20, boom, so that's minus 10. Amazing. So we wrote that line. If the method perhaps is gonna show like another method. I really need this one, another method. I suppose it's like the easiest method, so I'm fine like that, mate. I'm definitely fine like that. No way I'm not fine. 20x 5. Progression geometrical. Amazing. So that's second power. What, bro? Bro, like this one's fucking 10,000 times easier, but what fuck do I know is that? Like, how the fuck do I know that 20 times 5 is equal with x to the second power? Like, are you kidding me, bro? Like, what? Move on from here, bruv. Right. Problem with dice. You think I'm playing dice? Think this is a game? Yes. This is a game. So 3 dice are thrown. If a problem, find probability that the face with a number that's fucking, I don't know what it's called, will appear 2 times exactly. 2 times. Basically a number that's like 2, 4, 6, you know what it's called, my niggas. Non-impair or pair, something like that. So 3 dice are thrown. Dice has 6 sides. Basic formula, m divided by n, and total amount of cases. So yeah, bruv. Like, you got 6 sides, so essentially you gotta do like C of 6, because there are 6 sides, and 3 because you throw 3 times. Or maybe not like that, I don't know. Should it be just 6 with exclamation mark times 3? Perhaps that. Yes, perhaps that, yeah. So that's the end. That's total number of cases. Now, the probable cases, the favorable cases that we need, basically, that's when the dice is from 3 times, the 2 times exactly, we'll get a phrase that has 2, 4, or 6 on it, the amount of dots. So you're gonna find that. And now we'll just do division, m divided by n, that's it. So yeah, of course, my dude got it correctly. Three circles, which denotes that we from 3 dices. Now, essentially, bruv, you just work with like plus, minus, stuff like that here. So it can either be plus plus on first two, so basically they're with 2, 4, 6 on the sides, and negative on the last one because 1, 3, 5. And then we have plus, minus, plus, and then minus, plus, plus. And now we just solve like first row. What do we got? Plus, plus, minus. So that plus will be like will it be like 2 times 4 times 6? No, it'll be 3 because we got 3 sides with 2, 4, 6, so that's 3 sides possible there. Next thing is plus just 3 times 3. Last one, 1, 3, 5, that's also 3, so that's 9. 9 times 3, 27, so it's basically 27 divided by what we got there. That should be like this problem. So n is going to be like, it's not going to solve n now. Six to the power of 3. Six to the power of 3. So that's 6 to the power of 3. Bro, if I went with like what I said, like 6 exclamation marks times 3, like what I got there. 2 times 3 times 4 times, let me see. No way it's correct, bro. Calculator. So 46 times 6, that's 108. Oh no, that's 216. So that's 6 to the power of 3. And essentially, if I got like me, 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 6, that's 720. Times 3. No. It ain't that. Alright, man, it's like, alright, good. So now it should be like me, because 216 divided by 27, that's exactly 8, so probability should be 1 divided by 8. Clean, legit, work with plus, minus, plus, like my dude teach me. Boom, bop, bada bop bop. No issue at all, mates. No issue at all. Going from here. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. That's 3 to the power of 4. Boom, boom, boom. Simplific, bro. Why he wrote down 6 4 times, bro? What? Alright, man. Now that's okay. Respect. 3 divided by 8. So it's 3 divided by 8, huh? Respect, bro. Respect. Alright. So done that. Next, bruv. What mark I have so far? Like 6? That's fine. Ah, blood. We do this like boring part. Like I'll sprint through this part like this, like more complicated stuff, like I don't need this stuff. So you got like this function x and stuff like that. Hold up, let me see some. B or B.